My name is Heidi. I'm here to teach you mathematics, in fact to prepare you for different kinds of internal and external examinations you may have to write. And mathematics is a kind of subject that majority of you people say is tough because it's wide. You may not be absolutely right. It's not tough, it's only wide. And as wide as it is, mathematics is divided into just 7 arms. As you can see on the board, we have numbers and numeration, we have algebra, we have trigonometry, we have geometry, mensuration, statistics and probability, and finally, introductory calculus. Among these 7, algebra, trigonometry, and geometry are very much important. They take about 60% of the questions that come out in all kinds of examinations we may talk about. So, we take them first. Why are we taking them first? These 3, they reflect also in the other 4 arms of mathematics. When you do number and numeration, you will find an aspect of algebra there. When you deal with mensuration, you find an aspect of algebra, trigonometry, and geometry there. When you do statistics and probability, you find an aspect of algebra, trigonometry, and geometry there. The same thing to calculus. That is why it is wise for us to start from algebra, trigonometry, and geometry, because they have their representatives in the other 4 arms of the mathematics. Today, we want to start from algebra. What is algebra, by the way? Algebra in mathematics is representation of numbers with letter or by letter. When we represent numbers by letter or symbol, then we're dealing with algebra. And that algebra could be in equation form, inequalities, or expression. So we want to start from equation. As I've told you, we are starting from equation under algebra. And that equation, we have different types of equation. We have linear equation, as I've told you, quadratic equation, but we are starting from linear equation. Linear equation also could be linear equation in 1 variable. Linear equation could be linear equation in 2 variables. Linear equation could be linear equation in 3 variables. What's the difference? When we are dealing with linear equation in 1 variable, it just simply means that we need only one of such equation to be solved. Just like the one on the board. We have only one variable here, which is variable y represented. But if we have linear equation in 2 variables, definitely you will need 2 of such equations to be solved together simultaneously. That is where simultaneous equation comes out. And if you have a linear equation in 3 variables, then you will need 3 of such equations to be solved together also simultaneously. So, but now we are starting with linear equations in 1 variable. How do we solve it? When you have linear equation in 1 variable, what do you do? Example 1. This is a good example of linear equation. When you have something like this, first and foremost, group the like terms on both sides. In this side, we have 3 and minus 24 as like terms. We group them together, then write 2y equals 14 minus 3y. 3 minus 24 gives minus 21. You write minus 21 plus 2y equals 14 minus 3y. From here, you now think of collecting the like terms. Terms that are alike. You can see that minus 21 is a constant. 14 is a constant. What do we call a constant? A figure, pure figure without interference of letter or symbol. That is a constant, whether negative or positive. Now, minus 21 is a constant. Plus 14 on the other side is a constant. So you bring them together Also, 2y is algebraic term. What's algebraic term? Algebraic term is a term where you have figure and letter combined together. 2y minus 3y. So you bring the algebraic terms together and you bring the constants together. 2y, the minus 3y on the other side of the equation, bring it to this side, which becomes plus 3y. At that juncture, let me remind you that when you take a value from one side of the equation to the other side, crossing the equal sign, that value will change arithmetic sign. If it is negative before, it will become positive. If it is positive, it will become negative. So this becomes plus 3y, which is equal to 14, that is there. You now take minus 21 across the same equal sign to go and meet 14, and it will become plus 21. 2y plus 3y gives 5y, which is equal to 14 plus 21. 14 plus 21 is 35. Now, to know the actual value of y, what do? Anytime you have something like this and you want to know the value of y, simply divide both sides by the coefficient of that y. What do we call coefficient? Coefficient of y in this case is 5. Anything that is having multiplicative attachment with something, it is its coefficient. So coefficient of y here is 5. So use that 5 to divide both sides. Thus, 5y divided by 5 equals 35 divided by 5. 5y divided by 5 gives y. 35 divided by 5 gives 7. And that is the end of that. Example 2. Look at this example. We are to find the value of a. What do? Group the like terms on each side. Here we have 12 minus 3 minus 3a equals 4 minus 5a. 12 minus 3 gives 9. So you have 9 minus 3a equals 4 minus 5a. The next thing is to collect the like terms. Minus 3a and minus 5a, they are like terms. Bring them together. It depends. You may bring minus 5a to minus 3a. You may take minus 3a to minus 5a. Anyhow, depends on you. But I take minus 3a, I retain it here. I bring minus 5a to this side to become plus 5a, which is equal to 4. Take your positive 9 to go and meet 4 on the other side here, and it becomes negative 9. Negative 3a plus 5a, that gives 2a, positive, which is equal to negative 4 minus 9, that gives negative 5. Dividing both sides will give us, dividing both sides by 2 will give us the actual value of a, which is 2a divided by 2, which is equal to minus 5 divided by 2. 2a divided by 2 gives a, which is equal to negative 2 whole number 1 over 2. Example 3. By now you should be used to it. What do we do here? We collect the like terms straight. 7b minus 3b give us minus 9 plus 5. Why? This positive 3b, the moment we take it across equal sign to this other side, becomes negative. That is why it is negative 3b. The negative 5 here, the moment we take it across equal sign to meet negative 9 on the other side, it becomes positive. And that is the reason for that. So 7b minus 3b gives 4b. Negative 9 plus 5 gives negative 4. To know the value of b, divide both sides by the coefficient of b. What the coefficient of b here is 4 at this level. So dividing both sides by the coefficient of b, you have 4b divided by 4, because 4 is the coefficient of b, which is equal to minus 4 divided by 4. 4b divided by 4 gives us b, which is equal to negative 1. Negative 4 divided by 4 is negative 1. And that is it. Let's go to another aspect of linear equation, which we call linear equation with brackets. Example one of such is this. When you have equation of this form, you can see that we have brackets. Some elements are inside brackets, and something is outside the bracket. So what do we do when you have linear equation with brackets? First and foremost, open the bracket to free you. And how do we open the bracket in this case? You use what is immediately outside the bracket, having multiplicative attachment with the bracket, you use it to open the bracket. What is outside the bracket here that is having multiplicative attachment with the bracket is negative 1. Someone will say, I can't see 1, I only see negative. Yes. When you write something like negative a, it's the same thing as negative 1a, but we choose to write it as negative a. So the invisible one is here. So we now open this bracket with that invisible negative 1. So this is how it goes. 4a, negative 1 times 3, that's negative 3. Negative 1 times negative a, that gives positive a. Don't forget, when negative multiplies negative, it gives positive. So, which is equal to 17 here. Collect the like terms. You have 4a plus a, that gives 5a, which is equal to 17 plus 3. Take the negative 3 here to the other side of the equation, and it becomes positive 3. So you have 5a, which is equal to 20. At this juncture, divide both sides by the coefficient of a, which is 5. 5a divided by 5 is equal to 20 divided by 5. 5a divided by 5 gives a. 20 divided by 5 gives 4. That is the end of that. Let's consider example 2 under linear equation with brackets. Example 2. We can see here we have bracket inside bracket. It's all simple. Just write 3x minus the larger bracket. Open the inner bracket first. The inner bracket, which has 3 outside it. Use that 3 to open the inner bracket. So we have 3 times 1 is 3. 3 times positive x is positive 3x. And that is minus 2x equals 3. Simplify the inside of the larger bracket. 3x minus 3 plus x. 3x minus 2x gives x. It's just like you hold someone two items. And you have 3 of such items with you, your personal belonging. That means if you are ready to pay who you hold 2 items, if you are ready to pay who you hold 2 items, you will conveniently pay and still have 1 item left with you. And that is why we have this x left. 3x minus 2x gives 1x. 1x is written as x. So in the bracket equals 3. This larger bracket is having something outside it, and that thing is having multiplicative attachment with it. And what is it? Negative 1. Don't forget, this negative is having 1 invisible there. So use that negative 1 to open this larger bracket as well. You have 3x, negative 1 times 3, negative 3. Negative 1 times positive x, that's negative x, equals 3. We have successfully opened the brackets. So collect the like terms. 3x minus x, that gives 2x, which is equal to 3 plus 3. You take the negative 3 to the other side, which becomes positive 3, and you subtract 1x from 3x, which gives 2x. So we have 2x equals 6. To determine the actual value of x, divide both sides by the coefficient of x. And the coefficient of x here is 2. Divide both sides by 2, you have 2x divided by 2, which is equal to 6 divided by 2. Finally, x is equal to 3.